Okay, so today we'll discuss about monitoring tools. So especially we'll be looking and we'll be dealing the things with Nagios. Nagios is the monitoring tool. So what is this tool? Why do we need this tool? The first thing, any of the system, any of the architecture, any of the infrastructure, if we take, the first thing will come into picture in our mind will be how the application behaves, how the server behaves. If suppose something goes wrong on the server, how do you deal the things? That will be coming to picture. But if at all you want to deal those things, what is important? Monitoring system is important. Like how monitoring can handle the things, that is important. Okay, so for those we can do with Nagios. Nagios is the monitoring tool which will use to monitor system level metrics, application level metrics, and also network level metrics. These are the things we can able to monitor using Nagios. Does we think Nagios only the tool available in the world for monitoring? No, no. There are plenty of tools are there. There are 1,000+ tools are available in the market for monitoring purpose itself. Out of that, we are using Nagios. Apart from that, there are plenty of monitoring tools people can able to use, and also we have a very beautiful tool available in the market in the cloud. In each and every cloud provider, we have a separate monitoring tools will be there. For an example, when you talk about AWS has a monitoring tool called CloudWatch. Similar way, Azure have a different monitoring tool. Similar way, Google Cloud also have a separate monitoring tool. Like that, each and every cloud provider also they have a monitoring tool. For extended version of this monitoring, we do go for third-party monitoring tools. That is kind of a Nagios or Prometheus, Grafana, Datadog. Like this, plenty of tools will come into picture. Those we're gonna use. Okay. Then Nagios is an open source. Remember, this is freely available one. You don't need to pay any amount to anybody. It's a freely available one. Nagios is an open source and network monitoring application. Open source system and network monitoring application. It watches host nothing but servers and services which are running on that particular server. That you specify alerting you when things go bad and when they get better. So nothing but it will start alert. If suppose things are good, things are bad, it will going to report that. Then what are the features of Nagios then? Monitoring of the networking services. First of all, what are the services it can monitor? The first thing, SMTP. What is this meaning of this SMTP? Simple mail transfer protocol. SMTP nothing but simple mail transfer protocol. What is the significance of this? So we'll use this SMTP to send an email. We'll use SMTP to send an email. So next, POP3, Post Office Protocol 3 nothing but version 3, Post Office Protocol version 3. We'll use this for also for monitoring purpose only. And also we have HTTP, Hypertext Transport Protocol. We'll use this for managing the traffic. For example, like any of the web pages you can see, either your URL should be www or HTTP or HTTPS. Anything you take, either with these three only the website URL will start. The beginning, that's HTTP, and also we'll use HTTPS also. That's the secure method. And NNTP, New Network Technology Protocol. So that means monitoring the network level traffic will use NNTP. Then, for example, somebody reported that internet is not working or maybe server is not reachable. Then we need to check that, right? Whether it's reachable or not. How do you check that? So we can use ping command, ping space google.com, ping space IP address. Like this, if we can give this values, then we can able to check the response. Also, we can use trace route, trace cert, dig, ns lookup. Like this, plenty of commands will come into picture. Those are all the things we can able to monitor it using Nagios. Then monitoring of host resources. What type of resources? One is processor load. Processor load nothing but CPU. Disk we can monitor, and memory we can monitor. Network traffic we can monitor. Like this, many things we can able to monitor with respect to host side resources. And also we have a simple plugin design that allows users to easily develop their own service checks. And we have service checks nothing but like we can write a simple shell script that shell script can make to build our own checks. Checks means metrics, graphs, other alerts. Then also we have a parallelizer service checks. Parallelizer means at the same check can check all the servers at the given time period. That's a parallel checks. And also we can configure the contact notifications like whenever the alert wants to get right. Like if suppose somebody sent a message, how you will receive in WhatsApp, Telegram, and email. Same way, if suppose something goes wrong, some server is down, some server is not reachable. Such a moment, we can able to create contact notifications like email, pager duty, user defined method. Like this we can able to use, and we can able to send notifications. And also we have a optional web interface. Web interface means UI, user interface will be there, where we can able to log in and we can able to check the status and notifications and the problem history and log file. Many things we can able to do that. And installation, will it come to the installation? So we can create a server, and in that server we can able to execute some set of the commands, so that we can able to monitor the things on the Nagios. Okay, so let me go through that. Let me start the server. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or confusion, so that I can clarify in the meantime. Like the last time I used the Terraform server, right? Same server I'm gonna use for this Nagios also. Okay, it's destroyed. So we have to follow, there are some Linux commands are there. We need to follow these commands to do the installation part. Okay, so let me do that. I change the host name with the bash, and also I'll change permit name. So we cannot do one by one. So that's the reason I can able to do multiple commands at the once. I'm gonna share those commands with you guys when practice this. So for example, here, if you look at this is setting up the host name. This is for changing the host name. After I run this command, this is going to change the name. And also I ran this command to modify that. Then I'm updating the system, then installing the necessary packages here. And I need to create one user for interacting with the Nagios. So username is Nagios, and I'm setting up the password for this Nagios. Okay. If I enter this, it's start installing the things, and it asks for a password. I can enter some password. Okay, it's asking for a password. I can enter the password. I can give Nagios Nagios admin. My password I'm giving is Nagios admin. I can confirm the same password, Nagios admin. Yeah, now the password setting things are done. So that means still here, these steps we done now. Let me share this batch of batch of this command so that you guys can run this first batch. So once you put up the password, then this is the password I put up. Nagios admin is my password. Make sure you can enter the same. It's your choice. You can use a different password also. But if reference wise, if you want, you can able to use this password. Then post that. So make all these commands. What are these commands? Nothing but if you look at here, these are the dependency packages which are required to run the Nagios. Once this dependency package is installed, then we can able to download the tar file. This is the Nagios tar file we can download from using the wget command. In Linux, there are two commands are there, wget and curl command. Either the one can be used. Then post this, we can able to do a tar the file, extract the file using tar minus xzf. X means extract, z means zip, f means forcefully. Then if you give the package name, that file name, it could be extracted. Then post that you can get inside the folder. That's a Nagios 4.4.6 is the Nagios version which we are using. Then if you run this /configure, configure is the scripted file. If you run that one, it will going to provision the things. Then post that you will be creating one user and you will be setting up the password for that particular user. Okay, so then post that here. If you can see, these commands we need to run now. So what are these commands? So make all nothing but, so it will be checking this all the configuration iterations and it will be making ready for everything. Then post that it will going to install. Then after that I'm checking whether the Nagios user is created or not. Cat etc password file will use for checking the user entries, right? So I'll be grepping the user whether user created or not. Then post that I'll be running some commands to provision my Nagios. Okay, let me run this batch of commands now. So like this, it will going to be configured the required things. There are a lot of configurations are there, so it will take some time to execute this everything. See, now it's done. Nagios per Apache conf file installed. This is like second batch of commands. Same way. Now navigate to the home directory and download the Nagios plugins. This command is going to download the required plugins. Above only Nagios downloaded, but plugins are very important. Plugins nothing but like in the Jenkins we download some plugins like a Git plugin, role-based plugin, like this multiple plugins we downloaded. What is the purpose of those plugins? Those plugins can interact with the resources each other and can able to build the infrastructure for that. Okay, so here we can get inside that and we can able to download like this. Then post that we need to extract the resources now. Let me extract that. This is for extracting the plugins what you downloaded, right? Those plugins we can able to extract. Extract, configure, and install the Nagios plugins. You can see tar xzf and the package name and the file name. Then once it's extracted, we'll be getting inside that. Then we'll be configuring with the user Nagios to use, and the Nagios group is Nagios. Username also Nagios and group also Nagios. It is going to add that. Then post that we'll be making an installation of the group users, and we'll be adding user to the group A minus G Nagios to Apache group. Then we can be installing the make install. Okay, this is done. To the next sort of the commands. Then post that the Apache service was installed, so I'll be restarting that service. I'll be restarting the service. So restart also done. So this is the, it will going to create a symlink. Whenever you run the command enable command, this will going to create a symlink, like be aware about, right? Soft link, hard link. This is a soft link. It was created a soft link. Then we can check the status whether it's running or not. Systemctl status stdpd. We can see here the service was up and running 33 seconds ago with the port number 80. If at all you want to access, what we can do, let me fetch the public IP address and we'll try to access. What page we'll get, we'll see. Before that, make use this command. Then we can use this public IP and we can get into the browser. We can paste that IP and refresh it. Look at it, will be getting a sample page card. It works. Okay, so even if you put some page, that page will work. Like for example, let me grab some basic HTML page. vi/var www.html index.html, the file name. We can create a file like this. I for insert, paste this content, wq, save and come out of this, get into this path. Then post that we need to do the restart. We can do the status. What always we need to look into this status means this is the one. For example, once you done the restart, this should update what seconds ago. This we need to be make sure this one. Let me clear. Next, we need to configure the firewall. We might be knows about what is firewall. Firewall is security feature where it will going to allow and deny the traffic based upon the networking port numbers. Remember, firewall is a security feature where it will allow you to route the traffic based on the particular port numbers. That's the significance of firewall. Okay, so if you look at here, if I enable the firewall, only particular port numbers only will work. Other port numbers it don't work. If at all you want to configure other port numbers, remember this command you can see. This will going to install the firewall. Firewall having a daemon. That's a firewall D we used to call. Then we need to restart the start the service or restart the service. Then we can enable. Then post that we can run this command to enable the particular port number. We'll be whitelisting the port number to this particular firewall so that firewall can pick this particular port number and can route the traffic to that particular port number only. Thus only we need to, I mean, only the way, only we need to grant port number, or we can able to, so also we can grant uh, a name also. So like the process name or the service name also we can grant, or else we can grant the port number also. Any one of that can be added here. So it will pick it up those particular one and it will be whitelisted. Okay. So that's the make use case of this firewall D, and also post that we need to be reload that. If you reload that, then only it will take a consideration and it will going to be apply the filter. I mean apply that filter to particular port only. Okay, let me run this one now. Okay, it's success. Next, now post this, we need to restart the Nagios services. Nagios also have a service. Nagios services we need to restart. So we have the commands here to restart the Nagios services. Service restarted. Service is running fine. If at all you want, we can able to run the status command again. Earlier it was disabled or something, but now it was running state. Inactive was the reflecting earlier. Okay, create some link. Let me check the status. Okay, now it's running. Active running. Active running about 38 seconds ago. The service name is Nagios core. Okay, so that means this is the command which we'll use to check the status. Then post this. We can validate the configuration using this command. If you run this command, this will going to validate the configuration. I mean the things what you added, right? It's everything is working fine or not, it can able to show us. This is the important element. If you don't have a GUI, remember, if you don't have a GUI, this is the place we can able to refer the status. Okay. Use this command. Let's analyze. Same what we are analyzing here. The same thing we can able to view it using GUI also. Graphical user interface also can be used to view the same things. Okay. Let me see this. Nagios score is 4.4.6, which we're using. So then development team and community contributors. So here you can see reading the configuration data, main config file. Okay. So then this is the objects. What exactly the things which we have. Okay. You can see it will check it total 8 services it checked. In how many servers? Only one server. Currently we have only one server. Then how many host groups are there? Only one group. Host group nothing but for monitoring Linux servers, Linux group we can create. For monitoring Windows servers, Windows server group we can create. For monitoring Unix group we can create. For MacBooks, Mac OS servers you want to monitor, Mac group we can create. Like this multiple groups can able to create. That's a host groups. Then zero service groups. Service groups nothing but, so you have a application services, for example Tomcat, Nginx, Apache, databases. Like this multiple are there, means for those also we can able to create a group and we can able to map the group name. That is the service groups we used to call. And we have one contacts. Context means where the things will monitoring and along with how to send the request. We have one contact groups and check 24 commands. I mean as part of this process we check 24 commands. Then post that we checked 5 time periods. I mean interval of 5 minutes will be checking. Then zero host escalation, zero service escalations, checking for circular paths. Checked one host, zero service dependencies, zero host dependencies, checked 5 time periods. Okay. So then post that. At the down you can see checking global event handlers, checking obsessive compulsive processor commands, checking miss settings, and total warnings are 0 and errors also 0. Now things look okay. No serious problems are detected during the free flight check. This is the free flight check we used to call, and we checked that everything is working fine. So then what is the next step then? Service, we already checked the service. We want, if we can check once again. Service is running fine. Now what I'll do means I'll refresh this page. Let's will see what we're getting. See, able to see this is a hrefs attribute. Earlier it's works only getting up. Now I'm getting some complete page. If I refresh, I mean there's a redirection link is there. If I click this, it will redirect into the W3 schools website. You can see. Okay. You guys also can able to access this. Let me paste this URL here. I mean this is a sample page I hosted for just reference purpose only. Then post this. We already created a HTML page. That's okay. Then we need to set up a Nagios admin user. Okay. So let me set up a Nagios admin user. This is for viewing the page. I mean, accessing the UI. Okay. Setting up the Nagios admin user, CD local user Nagios etc. I will be going. Then we need to set up a password. I'll give same password Nagios admin admin OS Nagios admin. Password set for Nagios admin. Okay. etc folder we are in. I think we enter the configuration mode. Then post that we can able to do the service restart. But only one confusion will be there are plenty of commands are there. Those are the only problem. Okay. Then we can display the IP address to get that public. We can see the IP address. We can copy this IP and we can go to the browser and we can paste slash Nagios Nagios. If you enter, then like this it will come the page. The page will load like this. Here we need to enter what is this username. Nagios Nagios admin is the username and the password also same thing. Nagios Nagios admin. If I click on sign in, it should allow me to log in. Yeah, I'm able to log in. This is the page. This is a URL. So username password you can able to use. Nagios admin. Username. Password also. Nagios admin. This both can be used. Now, this is the UI user interface of the Nagios. This is a UI user interface of the Nagios. This is the home page. And you can see tactical overview is there. Tactical overview means this will going to give some complete information about what are the things are there, what are the things are getting the issues. Those things will be able to see here. This is the green color things. Then we have a map. What are you trying to monitor? Those will reflect. See, Nagios service will be monitoring where it will be running the process and what time it started. Those things are there, and also where you will be monitoring. This is a host, local host. Then if you click on host, we can see that what servers are monitoring. Only one server will be monitoring. The server is up and running. Then services wise, if I talk about 7 services are there, total 8 services are there, 7 okay, but one is in critical state. Why it is critical? Color code you can identify. Green color okay, red color critical, then we have a yellow color will be there, there's a warning. Okay. And also we can see like this. It check the status, ping okay. It pinged the resources, it was okay. Then services, if I talk about, you can see this all the 8 services are here, everything is okay, but only the problem is occurring here is this one, swap. Why swap usage is critical? Because we didn't enable the swap. How to check? Simple, free space minus m. If you do that, can you guys see swap we didn't enable, that's the reason 0 is there. So that's the reason it's critical here. Okay. Then host groups. I said we have a host group called Linux host group, right? There's only one group is here. That's a Linux servers. You can say group name, Linux servers. Only one server up is there. Similar with summary. This is entire summary will see, and a grid view. Then service groups. We didn't create any service groups, and we have a summary will be there. Grid will be there. Any problems? We can see the services unhandled is there, right? There we can able to see unhandled nothing but which are in a red color erroring mode, but we didn't looked up that error. That's called as a unhandled services. Okay, host unhandled means any of the server is there, those are critical state, those you didn't pick up those one. That's a unhandled servers. The network changes, any network changes are there, those will reflect. These are the above are the category wise. Then availability, this is the reports moreover. Like if at all you want to get any reports means we can generate some reports and we can able to get that. You can see history, what are the things that changed, how it working, those things we can able to see that here. Notification group, like this multiple things are here. Okay, any questions on this? Like this we can able to monitor the things on the Nagios. Any questions or confusions? I pretty much covered up in all the things here with respect to Nagios. Okay, if nothing, then we'll stop at this stage today. This was about the Nagios. This much only we need to monitor. That's about the Nagios. In the next class, we'll start another service, that is Prometheus and Grafana will start in the next class. Prometheus, Grafana, Splunk. These two tools, if you cover up, then we'll move on to the Kubernetes. Okay, cool that then.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.